And now to a developing story surrounding the health of some of you on the south side. The city of East Point, which lost its emergency room about a year ago, is now losing an urgent care center as well. Atlanta News First Rebecca Schramm joins us live from East Point. And Rebecca, a lack of health care is starting to concern a lot of people in that area because this could be quite scary and the difference between life and death.
Yeah, sometimes, depending on the situation, Brooks, we were here in May of 2022 when Wellstar closed the emergency room here at Atlanta Medical Center South in East Point. Instead, they opened a clinic, an urgent care clinic, which of course is very different than an emergency room. But that is going to be closed as well starting in just a few weeks from now. That is when Atlanta Medical Center is going to have nothing here. And or Wellstar, that is, and that has reignited the conversation about the need for emergency care on the south side. At a meeting yesterday, East Point City Council members decided to consider a 180-day moratorium on the property to make sure that it will remain a hospital. Remember, Wellstar also closed Atlanta Medical Center's main campus in downtown Atlanta a few months after closing this one. Both hospitals were losing money. As Wellstar prepares to close this urgent care clinic on the former AMC South property, it's investing $5 million to help bolster a public clinic next door, the Southside Medical Center. They're already transitioning patients who had been seeking help at Wellstar's urgent care when really they just need primary and preventive care, which Southside already provides. But as for emergency care, here's the general sentiment of people who live here in East Point.
We have no medical facility here. Urgent care, we don't have that. So if you have an emergency, you got to go across Atlanta, Grady, and you know that's life or death.
Now, there is an ongoing discussion, an effort to form a hospital authority between the city of East Point and the city of South Fulton so that they can solicit funds to form their own hospital, a new hospital here on the south side. So we'll keep track of what happens in that regard. Live in East Point, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.